Hello and welcome to JDrivingSchool.com. My name is Jayashree Somaya. Today we are going to talk about one roundabout which is in WALLSEND in Newcastle in New South Wales in Australia. This roundabout is multi-lane roundabout and it's in the test area. All learners who go to WALLSEND Motor Registry for their driving test, they do take you at this roundabout. So I will show you how to go through that roundabout. I'll show you from each and every direction how to go straight ahead through that roundabout, how to turn left at that roundabout, how to turn right at that roundabout. And this is on request of one of my learners. So that's why I have made this video. So let's see and try to understand. If you have any comments, please let me know. If you have any questions, ask me. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Please like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel and tell others to watch my videos so they can learn to drive. Thank you. Now this is the roundabout at WALLSEND, which is at the intersection of Thomas Street and Newcastle Road. Now this is Thomas Street and this is Newcastle Road. You can see the names. Now we'll see each and every direction approaching the roundabout and how many lanes are approaching and in which direction those lanes are going. So first we will talk about this Thomas Street, which is going up to the roundabout. Now there are 2 lanes here and the third lane starts off from there. This is unbroken line, which is we are not supposed to cut it. So this lane is turning right only. You see this sign, right lane must turn right. So you got to read all these signs as you are approaching roundabouts or any intersection. You have to read all the sign posted and follow them. Now this lane is going straight and turning also right, and this lane is only turning left. So when there are 2 lanes turning right, you count the number of lanes from the center. This is the center. From center, this is the first lane and this is the second lane turning right. So any car in this first lane, if it is in this lane, has to go in this line. And it only shows you are turning, you can turn right only. So you have, this is your lane in the roundabout, and when you exit, this is your line. When you are in this line, this is the second lane from the roundabout. If you're turning right, after giving way to your right side cars or any cars in the roundabout, you enter and this is your lane. This is not your lane. This is the second lane in the roundabout. You can go straight ahead or you can turn right at the roundabout, and this is your exit lane. This is the second lane from the center. This is the first lane, this is second lane. Because you were in second lane from the center, you stay in the second lane and exit in second lane. If you want to turn left, you come here, just check your blind spot just before you turn your wheels and check your rear vision mirror and come in. And position your car in this manner and give way to the cars coming from your right or any cars in the roundabout on your right. This is unbroken line, so you go around it and turn left. Do not cut the unbroken line because this unbroken line keeps on extending. So just go around the unbroken line and turn. Now, so there is only single lane to exit this way. Now there are 2 lanes coming from this side. The right lane has the straight arrow and right turn arrow, and the left lane has got straight arrow and left turn arrow. So any car in this left lane can go turn left here after giving way to their right side cars or any cars in the roundabout on their right, or can go straight ahead. But from this lane, when you go straight ahead, this is your outside lane, because from the center you are in the second lane. So from the center, this is first lane, this is second lane, so this is your lane, and exit in this line. If you are in this line, you have to remember that if you are going straight ahead, after giving way to these cars and any cars coming from there, this is your line to enter, and then exit in this lane if you're going straight ahead. If you're turning right, this is your lane to enter, and then exit in this lane. And then it says form one lane, so you have to check on your left side that there is no car coming, because as soon as there are two lanes are becoming one lane, but the lane line ends in the middle. So there is a rule, whichever car is in the front goes first. So if you are in this car, indicate while exiting, you'll be turning left indicator, but turn it off once you exit, then turn your left indicator to show that you are merging in, but stay near the center. You don't need to go on this side of the away from the center. Just stay, so turn your left indicator, check mirror, blind spot mirror, and then keep on going straight. As you're exiting, if this car is in front, then I would slow down, let this car merge in because it's in front of me, then I'll merge in. Of course, with the indicators. Without indicator, you don't merge in. So in the test, that's how you have to do it, merge in. So that's how you turn. If from this line, you can turn right around the roundabout. You start with your right indicator. Remember, the first lane is your lane. Don't go in this line by mistake. Some of my learners, they do go in the wrong line. So when you are in this line, enter in this line, and then stay in this line, and then turn around, right around, and with left indicator you exit this way. Now another thing you would have noticed, when there are lanes approaching the roundabout, there is a broken lane line in between the lines, but as you're getting near the roundabout, the broken line becomes unbroken. So in the test, when they ask you that you are going to turn left, and if you are in the middle line, make sure you do the lane change when the broken line is there. You can't keep on coming and then cut the unbroken line to change lane. That's a fail item. You're not supposed to cut the unbroken line which are between the two lane lines. So you have to plan your road earlier. If they say you're turning, if you are in the right lane and they say you're turning left, make sure you do the lane change earlier and then come in this lane. But don't do it too late that you start cutting this unbroken line between these two lanes to come in here. No, you should change lane from there to there, slow down, and again turn your left indicator and mirror, blind spot mirror, and come in when the broken line is there. So always remember, do not cut the unbroken line. Now we are in this line, this side of the roundabout. There are two lanes coming from this side. If you are going to turn left, must turn your 30 meters before the broken line starts. Check your mirror, blind spot mirror, get ready. When you come here again, check your blind spot and rear vision mirror and get in this lane. And then you have to give way to cars coming from this side and cars in the roundabout on this side, because two lanes are turning right. So even car in this lane, you have to watch his tires. I check their indicators, but I always check their tires also, because they can be turning right, because two lanes are turning right. So they can be turning right or they can be coming out that way. So I watch their tires. If they start turning towards me, that means they are coming towards me. If they start coming out this way, then I would know, okay, that car is coming out. So if there is no cars coming out from this side street, then I can turn in my lane. This is unbroken line which continues further ahead. So I have to come out in this lane. This is a parking lane. When there is an unbroken line, this is the parking lane. So you must come out in this lane. This is your lane. In the roundabout, you do not have choice of lane. Whichever lane you start from, that's the lane. You stay in the roundabout and exit in the same lane. So this is your lane. If you are going to go straight ahead, you must come in this line. And after giving way to cars coming from that side or from that side or from here or from here, get in and you come out with the left indicator and then turn it off, and again another left indicator to merge in with this lane because it says form one lane, and check mirror left blind spot and just keep on going straight. You are not turning towards left side. Left indicator doesn't mean you turn left. You have your own lane. Just keep on going straight ahead. Then further ahead, this lane becomes narrow. So that's what you need to do. If when you are here, as I explained to you, if there is a car behind you, you go ahead, pick up your speed if there is no car in front of you. If you are behind and this car is in front of you, slow down, let him merge in, then you keep on going behind him. So that is how you have to see and do it. Okay, if you are turning right, make sure no cars coming from that side or no cars turning this way. Then you get in, and this is your right side. So turn your left exit indicator and come out. Once you get in the roundabout, all the cars coming from your left side should give you way. So once you get in, then check on your left. When you are going to get in, you check your right side and cars coming in the roundabout on your right, always from any direction you're entering from. And then you are turning right. When you get here, this is your exit. When you're facing the exit, turn the left indicator on, check mirror, left blind spot mirror, and come out. If you want to turn right around the roundabout and come out, then you start coming here. Of course, whenever you're turning, getting in the roundabout, you have a giveaway sign in all the direction. Full direction has got giveaway sign. So you approach slowly and be ready to stop. As you're approaching, you are checking earlier on your right and in the roundabout on your right. If no cars there, when you come here, then when you are at your giveaway line, check again and then take the decision. If no cars coming, you can enter with right indicator on. You are turning right around. This is your lane, external. This is where my learners get confused and exit. So this is how you do it. Sometimes I have noticed some people coming out from here, come out in this lane. After they check no cars coming, they accelerate and come in the wrong lane. That's very easy to do. Some learners, they do it who haven't done much practice at this roundabout. But if you turn in this line and this car is sitting beside you, he's also checking. If he sees no car coming, he could be accelerating too. And if you enter in his line, then he can come and hit you. So be careful. Before you start entering, you have to see which is your lane in the roundabout. And when you are exiting out of the roundabout, you have to stick to your lane in the roundabout. You do not have choice of lanes. The same way I have seen some learners, when they are here and want to go straight ahead, once they see here that cars are coming and they are checking on their right or in the roundabout on their right, and then when no cars are coming, they accelerate and by mistake they come in the right lane. Don't do that, because there could be another car coming from behind you. When you start entering, he will be also checking if no cars coming, and if you come here and if he accelerates while looking on the right, he can come and hit you because you went in the wrong lane. This is your lane. So remember, this is your outside lane and this is the lane you come out, and this is inside lane. So in the roundabout, this is inside lane and this is the inside lane to come out. So do not go in anyone's lane. Now at this roundabout, if you're coming from this side, these two lanes are coming from outside the roundabout. This is the island here. So two lanes are turning left, and the extreme right lane, which is near the island, is going straight ahead and turning right. So first we'll talk about these two lanes. These two lanes are coming from outside the roundabout. So because there is an island, no car can come into their lane from any side. They have to come here. So these two people are touching the roundabout from outside and going. So they don't have to give way to their right side car. So this car will turn in this lane. It has got its own lane, so it keeps on coming with left indicator on. I do glance around just as I'm turning. I know I don't have to give way, but I still have a habit of checking around in anti-clockwise direction on my right and in the roundabout, and I watch that roundabout as I'm turning. I know that I don't have to give way, but I still check, and that's what you should be doing it. You should be checking it. Okay, now this car doesn't have to give way to cars coming from his right or any car in the roundabout on your right, because there is an island. Those cars can't come in this lane. So he's also coming out from outside of the roundabout because this is an island in the middle. So it's coming out from the from outside of the roundabout. But if I'm in this lane and turning left here, the arrow tells me you can turn left, and because I'm outside the roundabout, because there is an island in between the roundabout and these two lanes, and I'm in this lane turning left, even though I would check on my right any cars entering from there. So if I see cars entering, I see if there is no car in front of me and if he's far away, I will accelerate. So when I get here, because it says form one lane here, form one lane, these two lanes become one lane. This is unbroken line. So I do not cut the unbroken line to get in here, because in the test it's a fail item. But at least I have seen here that if there is no car in front of me, if I slightly accelerate, then this car will take a while. I'll be in front of it. And the rule here, it says, because the lane line ends in the middle of the two lanes, and if I'm in the front of this car, then whoever is in front goes first, merges in first. So then from here, I will turn my right indicator on, check mirror, right blind spot mirror. When I come here, when the broken line starts, I'll start merging in. And that's how I will go. If I'm here and I see a car already in the roundabout, and there is another car in the roundabout, in this right turning lane, so what I do, I'll see this car is there, it's in front of me, so naturally he will come before me. So as he is in front of me, if I'm behind him, so I should let him go first. So I will slightly slow down, but I can see there is a big gap between this car and this car. So I will slightly decrease my speed. As soon as he merges in, then I'll turn my right indicator on, check mirror, blind spot mirror, and I'll start merging in. And by that time, this car will be here. So I will merge in before him, then he will start coming and he will merge in and make one lane. So that's how you have to do it. Okay, now this lane is coming from here to go straight ahead and to turn right, or to turn right around at the roundabout. So, but here it says roundabout operating, or on red light, stop here. So you have to see from far distance whether it's the red traffic light operating or roundabout is operating. Sometimes there is a roundabout operating and there is no traffic light. So if roundabout is operating, you come slowly here, give way to the cars coming from your right side or any cars in the roundabout on your right. You give way to them if it is close by you. Then you give way to them. Once they go out of your way, then you can enter. If you're going straight ahead, you're not indicating, but when you come here, you're turning left indicator on to tell these drivers that I'm coming out of the roundabout. If you want to enter, you can enter. That's what you're telling by turning your left indicator on. Then you can come out. If you are turning, if the lights are operating, then if it is red light, you must come to stop at this unbroken line. Then at that time, this roundabout operating light will be off. So if it is red light, you stop here. If it is green light, you keep on going, and others would have red light. But if the roundabout is operating and no lights are operating, then you come here, give way to all the cars coming from your right side. Once they get out of your way, then, and if you're making a round turn, if you're going right around the round island, you must get in this line. And then exit here with left indicator on. When you are here, you turn your left indicator on. So you're telling these cars that I'm coming out of the roundabout. If you want to enter, you can. That's why we turn our left indicator on. Please like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Now I have noticed some of my learners, when they are entering the roundabout, they are so busy looking on their right and then if they find the cars are very far away, and if they enter by mistake, they enter in this lane, or if they are entering from this lane, entering the roundabout, by mistake they go in this lane. So you have to watch your lane. If you are in this lane, you have to come here. If you are in this lane, you have to go in that lane. So before you enter, find out, look ahead and see which is your lane. Do not make any mistake. When you are coming from here, sometimes there are cars coming from your right side. So what I do, when there is a gap in between the cars, from here I look. Now I can see those two lanes are turning left, and there is an island, so they can't come towards you. But then you try to look in extreme right lane. Is there any car coming towards you? If any cars are coming towards you, and if there are no cars coming from their right, then they will keep on entering. Then you must come and stop here. But if there are too many cars and they are blocking your view, then first come here and stop here and try to lean forward and check deep on your right. So mainly what I was trying to say, when you're coming from here, remember these two lanes are turning on their left and there's an island, so they can't come towards you. So you must look in this lane. How many cars are coming from that lane towards you? There could be lots of cars coming. And if there are no cars coming from their right, they'll keep on entering. Then you should not enter. Then you come here. By that time, this car also driving. And if you are here, sometimes you cannot see those cars coming because this car is blocking the view of your right side cars. So come and stop here. Once they go out of your way, and when this car goes in, then before this car comes beside you, you will be able to see well that there is no car coming from there and there is no car on your right in the roundabout. Then you enter. So never ever enter in the shadow of any car. If there was a big truck here, and if this truck is blocking your view of the right side, and if he decides to go, you do not go in the shadow of this truck, because the reason is sometimes this driver think, oh, he can see there is a car coming, and he thinks he's far away, and he starts going, and then he realizes, no, he's coming very fast, and he stops, but you don't know he's going to stop there. So as soon as he starts going, if you start going with him, and if he stops and you come here, and if there's a car coming, it can hit you. So when your view is not clear, you should not be entering the roundabout. Let this car enter, and before this car comes, you see if there is no car coming from there or no car coming from here, then you can enter. So this is what you have to be careful always from any side. If you are in this lane also, and if your car is, you are sitting in this little car, if you can't see, don't go. When this car goes, then you have a clear view, check, no car coming from there or from here, then you can enter. But do not go in the shadow of another big car or a truck or a bus. That's what I do. Now, when you are entering from this side, you are giving way to these cars and these cars. And at this roundabout, when you are coming out from this direction, if there is a car here, you cannot see it. When that car comes slightly here, then only you can see that car. So be careful. So when there are no cars coming from your right, and no car, if you do not see car here, you can see this much area only. You cannot see beyond this because this is uphill. So it's very hard to see any car in this area. So if you see no car coming and no car in this area, you can start going. If you're in this lane, once that car goes and you see no cars coming and no cars in this area at this particular roundabout, then you keep on going in the roundabout. So this is what you be careful of, because this car, when it's here, it's not visible. But if you look on your right side, if these cars are coming but slowing down, that means there is a car coming. And if you see they are slowing down and not coming out, and this car you cannot see because it's not in this area, because it's uphill, it's slightly behind and you can't see in this area. If you see no car here and they are not coming out, you can enter to go straight ahead or to turn right. But once you see this car here, then you have to see their tires and their indicator. But I don't trust their indicator. I check their tires too, whether they are turning this way or they are coming out this way. So if you see them coming out, don't enter, because as soon as it is here, this car will start entering if there is no car coming from their right. So you have to watch all those things. So sometimes people, my learners, are just checking at one car. No, there could be another car too coming. As soon as he's coming out, this car will come out behind it. Or if there's no car coming from there, then this car may start coming out. So you have to watch all these cars. If this car goes out of your right side, then this car could be coming from behind it to enter too. So if these cars keep on coming and do not slow down, that means there is no car coming from the right. But if they are coming from the right side and they start slowing down, that means there is a car coming from the right. And if they are not entering and you cannot see in this area the car, you can start entering from here. If you are in this lane also, you see no car entering from there and no car in this area at this roundabout, then you can enter. But as soon as you see that car here, do not enter. See their tires, whether it's turning your side, then you must give way to him. If he's going out there, then you can start entering if these people are still not entering. Okay, so you are checking on your right and in the roundabout on your right. So this is how you go through this roundabout. Thank you.